Hey everybody, it's Astro D, relationships and synastry. That's my specialty, but what I love to do is making learning astrology real simple and easy. Thank you so much for joining me today on my weekly Astro flavor. Okay, and I'm trying to make this short and sweet before my neighbors get loud and start banging. They woke me up at 9 o'clock this morning banging on something. It was like torture. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still here and I'm still here doing my thing. So this is really what this week is about, honestly. That provocation, that tough time, right? Why are we basically learning all these, self-help and listening to all these recordings and stuff and reading all these self-help books? What is it for? What is it actually going to do for us? And then we get challenged with a situation and we got to push through. Right? We got to push through all those things that we learn. So on this video today, I'm going to talk about the weekly astrology going on this week. And hopefully by the end of this video, you could get the best that you could get out of it and hopefully walk away with some form of empowerment at the end of this. If you like this video, make sure that you are down with the Astrology channel and you like, share, subscribe, or you've hit the bell so you know when the next video is going to come up. Or you can follow me at AstroDEE*5 on Instagram, okay? So you're like looking at me like, I'm sure like, D, really? You really smiling? Yes, I'm smiling, damn it. You got to keep smiling in the storms. This week is no joke, and last week was no joke too. But, coming into this week with a heavy full moon. And I say heavy, but it's not really meant to be heavy. It's in Libra. The moon is in a nice place, you would say. Oh, wow. It's in Libra. The people want to come together. The people want to wish they could come together, damn it. There's arguing. There's a lot of friction in the people trying to find balance, right? But the moon is not aspected well by the other planets. If you've heard me describe before, when I describe aspects, I like to describe it as a party you go to, and depending on the way the cycles are going, whether you're getting, along with somebody or you're not getting along. So basically, the moon is at a party, it's the moon's party because it's a full moon, right? And it's not happy. You know what I mean? It's just really not feeling it. Like, I don't like these balloons. Why'd you guys get this drink? I'm not feeling this right now. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling you, Mars. I'm not feeling none of these planets. And it's crossing the grand square. So this is a tough full moon. It's not easy, okay? It's not breezy. But Astro D, cheesing for no reason. That's just what I do. But, and you have to kind of push through this week. You don't necessarily, I always like to say, your weeks are what you focus on. What are you going to put your focus on? You know what's going on this week. We know it's tough, but what are you going to focus on? For me, my focus, because I follow the planet Venus, and I like Venus's ingresses. So for me, I'm focusing on the fact that Venus on the 31st today is going into the sign of Taurus. And I think that is going to be very nice for lots of signs because this is going to soften up this energy that we got going on this week because it's not just the full moon. And at the full moons, we also know the full moon has a building up, okay? And then it has a precession. It has a going down type of energy here. It's not necessarily just at its peak the whole time, but we're still feeling the effects of this full moon. Full moon is today, and we're going to feel it for the next couple of days, even, for a little bit, the effects of it. So a lot of people's lives are changing, okay, and in a drastic way, because they're also dealing with Mercury being in retrograde. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. So then we got that on top of it. Remind yourself, focus though. You got all this garbage around you, but you better look to the sky above, all right? Venus going into Taurus. Now you also have, ouch, all right, Mars is going to connect to Saturn. That's going to hurt, and then Mercury is going to square with those two, with that. Everything's going to square on top of that. So this is where we're dealing with, and let me get that lingo right, because I don't want everybody to be like, damn, Astro, do you said that all jacked up? Mars and Saturn will conjunct in Capricorn on April the 2nd, okay? And then Mercury is going to square Mars and Saturn between the 4th and the 5th. Okay, so this is going to feel like an 800-pound lady that just sat on you. And every time you ask a question, she backslaps you, okay? Straight up. But what do? Don't you scream at that lady because she will get up. She's going to get up. Things will change, all right? Don't you scream because I know Mars is going to be in Aries and everybody's going to want to curse a lot of people out. but you will pay the karma. All right, Saturn in Capricorn, you will pay for that and very quickly. So learning how to apply the discipline. See, when the planets act up, so basically when they're at a party and they don't like the party, they don't like the food, they're just acting up in bad aspects. We always have to try to remember what is the lesson that the planets are teaching us right now. What is the lesson and what is the higher and the lower octave? If you want to focus, if you're trying to be an optimist going through all this, which is, I guess, me, I try to be optimist. If you're trying to be an optimist, focus on the planet and think about what is the higher octave of the planet. What is the higher octave of Saturn? Saturn wants to apply discipline. So you got, now, I'm going to tell you the roughness of the terrain, and then I'm going to, take it to the lighter aspect of how one could interpret it or perceive it in a way where they could still get things done and not feel so pressured and so weighed down and frustrated. Because that's the type of energy that I'm explaining to you. So when Saturn wants to connect with Mars, you have the planet of discipline. Saturn says, slow the hell down. Mars says, I'm trying to hurry up. All right? Saturn is giving rules. Saturn is giving restrictions, rules, and limitations. Mars is like, look, I just got to do what I got to do. I'm strong, okay? I could bust through this wall. I don't need you, Saturn. And Saturn is like, oh, hell yeah, you do. Okay, I'm the oldest planet here, and I'm the one that's supposed to direct where you're going, Mars. And you're not, so they're coming together. You got these two malefic planets coming together. All right, and they're mixing up all this energy, and it creates this stop and go, frustration, wanting to move, but unable to move due to limitations. So some people will be pissed off at the higher ups and what's going on and certain rules that might be implemented this week. A lot of laws have been going into effect, and I've just been like, don't read this early in the morning. Make sure you do your meditations and do everything you got to do in the morning before you read what's going on in the news and certain laws that are being enacted and these certain things. So this is some frustration with the people, and this full moon in Libra, this is a divided full moon, right? This full moon wants to come together as a whole, but it is a divided kind of sense going on here. So you have those squares going on between Mars and Saturn. And what do you do? So you think about what is the higher octave of Saturn. What does Saturn want me to do? Saturn wants discipline. Saturn wants discipline in the action and in the words. Okay, because when Mercury is squaring Mars, number one, that is an argumentative aspect. Okay, this is where the words get harsh. The words start fight. You ever heard that term, fighting words? Okay, that's Mars squaring Saturn, and a lot of people that have that natally, they know how to make people really want to fight. And Mercury in Aries does too. Mercury in Aries does, and Mercury is in Aries right now, and a lot of times those words make people want to fight. Okay, and you be like, but I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything to you, but you said something that made me want to slap you. Okay, remember, all right, we got this 800-pound lady or man. All right, don't have to be a lady that hurts more than a man, but just you got a lady, 800-pound lady sitting on you, and she dares you to say something out of line. She dares you to say the wrong thing. So this is where we curb our tempers more than anything. That's why I started this video off like, look, all right, if you're listening, claiming that you read all this Tony Robbins stuff, and this is for me too. This is for me. I'm saying this to everybody because this is where I'm applying all this. I had to apply it just before I made this video. I had to apply a lot of the things that I've learned, in order to stay grounded here. We want to stay grounded. Venus is in Taurus, so now I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to lighten it up because I just couldn't come on here because I looked at, all right, I've been looking at some weekly horoscopes too, and I'm like, damn, that video just brought me down. That stuff is sad. Like, this is tough. I don't want to have a video like that. And then I really looked into the sky and I said, well, damn, it's a tough week. It really is a tough week. But this is the terrain that's going on. Just because it's snowing and it's storming outside don't mean you can't, go make a snowman. I know that's like, people are like, oh, you serious? My house is like torn apart from snow. Listen, all I'm saying is you have to figure out your way through this. You have to figure out where is the light? Where is the light in your life to keep going, right? Because what can we really do, but flow with the energies. So when flowing with the energies, you got this frustration, learning discipline. This is where we really have to learn. Just because somebody says something that is worth you cursing them out. Because I said, if I curse you out, I feel justified. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to curse you out. But no. a lot of times you get a reward in the end sometimes for holding your tongue and keeping control of yourself, even if that's your own personal reward of self-control, because a lot of us are trying to always control ourselves. So if you can say that you controlled yourself walking away from a situation, sometimes that's more rewarding than, I don't know, them walking away and tripping. Because you know how many times somebody will curse you out and then they walk away and they'll trip and you be like, good for you. So anyway, this is where we learn to control ourselves this week. Self-control is going to be the biggest challenge for everybody. Learning how to curb your temper and control anger, because this is a lot of anger and frustration going on here. A lot of anger and frustration coming from how we want to push forward. The people want to push forward a certain way. So, for example, this is what I would call it. This is like last week I talked about how Uranus and Venus conjuncted. So a lot of people wanted to be set free. A lot of people, for example, Tanisha decided she wanted to leave her relationship. She was tired. She was done with Harold. You know what I'm saying? And Tanisha said, okay, I'm leaving you, Harold. I'm gone. All right, the full moon is on its way, and I want to be in my place with my mama before the full moon really comes in. So I'm out. Tanisha's in her new place and everything. But then, you know what I'm saying? This week comes, all right, and Tanisha's like, oh, shoot, Harold was paying the bills. What am I going to do? I don't like living with my mother on her couch. Oh my God, this is hard. Me and mama arguing. I don't know if I should have did this. It's Mercury retrograde. Maybe I should move back in with Harold. I don't know. These are just little things that I create in my mind to just help us understand how these energies flow. What could happen? What decisions are you making? This was the week. This was unfortunate though, because I like to say that I think because I love this Aries energy, you know what I'm saying? And as long as the sun is on an up, honestly, I don't care what's going on in the sky. I need the sun to be on an up. Because we know when the sun hits Aries, it starts to go on an upturn. And then when it goes to Leo, it's at the top. It's at the highest it could go. And then the fall begins to come. The fall of the sun, all right? So I'm digging when the sun is up, going on an up range period. I like Venus going into these nice signs. This is on the nice side of my chart. Okay, y'all. So I'm digging this energy, but like I said, the terrain sometimes it does get rough on the in-betweens. Okay, so where we have Saturn square Mars, so that Mercury, all right, and it's gonna change soon. Mercury's on its last degrees of Aries here. So Mercury's on its last degrees of Aries. It's a little more mature now, being in the later degree. In the early degrees of Aries, it's an Aries. That is the young part of speaking too quickly or speaking fast. So this is the time where, that's why I said it'll be challenged. This Mercury in Aries is finally going to be challenged by Mars, which is going to be next to Saturn, right? So this Mercury in Aries, did you grow up? Did you grow up? Because I started this because I know a couple videos ago I did talk about when Mercury will go into Aries and how, it needs to mature. It's a young sign. It needs to mature. But by the end of Aries, it should. I believe that's the Sagittarius Jupiter part of Mercury, decan of Mercury. So when it has now matured to deal with this square that's about to go down, have you learned your lessons? Do you know how to assert yourself, but assert yourself in a mature manner? Assert yourself in a place of wisdom, not just in a place of, I'm going to say what I got to say, and I'm going to just say it as fast as you say it, and I'm going to say it before you say it. That just doesn't make sense, and it's combative, and we don't need to do it that way, all right? But it will be tempted. It will be provoked, this Mercury in Aries. The ability to want to do things quickly and fast and get it moving, it will be provoked. So I'm a little frustrated. I feel like, okay, Mercury in Aries did not get the chance, especially because Venus too in Aries, especially because, all right, I don't appreciate the Mercury retrograde coming during that time, so people could not go as fast as they wanted to go and push through like they wanted to push through. So I'm a little mad at that, but it's okay. The Venus and Taurus energy is going to get the spotlight this week. And like I said, what you focus on is really your reality in your life. So really try to get your mind on the aspects. If you're going to look at aspects, make sure you focus your mind on the aspects that are going to work for you, that are going to help you through when times are tough, if the times do get tough. So depending on where Mercury and Saturn are conjuncted, where is Capricorn in your chart? And that's where you can see where that tussle, that tussle is going to be. Look to where Taurus is in your chart. That's going to be where you're going to get a lighten up, maybe some money in that area. So if you really like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Astrology channel. If you got any questions for me as the week goes on, make sure you hit me up on Instagram at AstroDeeStars5, and make sure you go into the link in the description, all right, if you want to check out more info on how you can book with me, if you want to learn more about how this week can affect you. If you like this t-shirt, actually this is the last of this t-shirt I designed for my t-shirt company. I got so much more designs I want to create as the artist, actress, whatever you call me. So I got so much stuff coming for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and take care. Have a great week. Have a positive week. All right.